Hi everyone, it's Jen here. Welcome to my channel. So today I decided I wanted to practice landscapes again because I'm very new to landscapes. I do lots and lots of portraits, but I want to get better with my backgrounds. So I decided I was going to draw a portrait of a bison and a little herd in the distance and pop some mountains in the background, and I'm going to paint these with acrylic. So I start by drawing in just the shapes of the bison, and then I pop in the general shape of the mountains in the background. And I go in with a quite diluted acrylic paint, and I make the blue. I use cobalt blue with a bit of white, and I just sort of make some clouds and do all that sort of stuff. Then I pop on a purpley grey. So I mix up a grey, add a bit of blue, and just fill in where the mountains are. And add a little bit of snow on the caps and a little bit of brown. So I use burnt umber, and it dries really fast. I don't add any mediums or anything to my acrylic. I just go in with pretty much acrylic paint and water, so it's thick, very thick. And then for the trees I add yellow ochre and a bit of orange, and I literally just block them in just using the very end of my brush. And I also add some brown just into the stems of the trees and to make it look like branches and stalks and things sort of popping up. Then I add a little bit of orange just because it seems to be an autumn sort of scene and there's lots of orange in the trees, so I decided I would just add the bit of orange in. I use forest green for the grass, and I dilute it down with a little bit of yellow. Then I add less yellow so it goes darker and darker to create the darker texture grass. The yellow ochre, I add some more yellow ochre over the top. The first layer of yellow ochre for the grass, I added a little bit of white, so I just added more yellow ochre to make the grass darker. Now for the bison, I add burnt umber with a little bit of white, and I just build that up in layers, and the darker I get, I just add less white. I add yellow ochre to the mane around the neck of the bison because they do have very woolly necks, and this one's molting, so he's lost half the fur. He's just got the fur on his shoulders and his head, and it's a little bit golden on the top because it's been burnt. And they actually, I noticed when I was painting these, they really are camouflaged into the background with the trees and things. They really do camouflage. I was quite surprised. So now I'm adding just some little details around the face, and I do change this back and forth a bit. So I struggled with the fur and the face and trying to get the little face to stand out. So it took me a few attempts, but we got there in the end. So now I'm just adding some final touches. I dark grey up the horns and the shadows around the face, and then I'll go back over that with white. So you can see I'm starting to add more sort of grey around the eyes and that, and then I'll just pick out the shapes again just to bring them back. That's the beauty of acrylic. You can go back over things and change it as you need to. And I just rough in some little bison in the background. I don't add a whole lot of detail to those little guys. So you can see I'm adding a little bit of red to the bison's fur, adding the horns again, add the ears, a little bit of light around the eyes, just add a little bit of fine detail, and the darkest shadows in the bottom of the bison. Now I go back and I add a bit more detail to the trees, and I decide I am really not happy with those mountains. Those mountains are not working for me. I'm not very, like I said, I'm practicing background, so I decide the background is about ready to go. So after I finish the details of the bison, I keep fiddling with the background a little bit, and I just use greens and greys and different mixtures of greens and greys, and then I go all green, and then I decide, no, I add some snow, and then I think it still looks yucky. So it's like, okay, these mountains have got to go. So I add some more detail to the bison, get everything pretty much where I want it, add a little bit more gold and a little bit more highlight. And it's taken me quite a few attempts because I'm new to acrylic as well. I haven't done a lot of acrylic, and as you can see here, the mountains are gone. So I took the mountains out, popped in just a standard distant mountain scene with a dark purple, added some sort of rainy clouds over the top, and that's the beauty with acrylic. You can change things as you need to. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd love it if you click like and subscribe, click on the bell, that way you'll be notified when I release another video, and I hope you have an awesome day. Okie doke, I'll see you next time. Bye.